Hey guys, Bill here. Hope everyone is doing okay. It is a bit of a quiet week, right? I mean, there's nothing major. We didn't have a new character reveal, no announcements, nothing substantial, right? But trust me when I tell you that this week is the calm before the storm. And the storm, of course, being is Tokyo Game Show is happening next week and next Thursday, a week from now. We will be seeing 15 minutes of the King of Fighters 15 showcase. The character reveal, at least one character is going to be revealed, and that's the new girl called Isla or Isla, or we don't know what her real name is. We'll probably know next week. As well as we're going to see some pro player playing the game. It's going to be a very, very busy week, starting off probably Wednesday or Thursday, and then it's going to go over the next couple days, maybe including the weekend. So next week is going to be busy, and that's a good thing for us King of Fighters 15 fans. But even if this week was calm, it's not without any news updates. In fact, we had a few things that happened this week, and I wanted to do this video to run through them. And before I get started, a gentle reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I drop a new video. The first thing that happened this week is, of course, whenever we have a new trailer, the King of Fighters 15 main designer and illustrator Nobuhiro Nakata shares insight about the character. And last week, remember, we saw Kukri's trailer, and it looks good. I mean, it looks like Kukri. Doesn't look like a big difference from 14, except that new move. But Tomohiro Nakata-san have a lot of things to say about Kukri, so let's check it out. So of course we have this beautiful illustration of Kukri. It looks really awesome. You can see a little bit of his face, and this is what Tomohiro-san had to say. During the ending for King of Fighters 14, we found out that Kukri had been deeply involved in Ash's resurrection. However, there still remain many unanswered questions as to who exactly he is. Look forward to when his team's story gets revealed, as it reveals the reasons behind his entry in the tournament, as well as who he's teaming up with. In terms of his functionality, Kukri now has a brand new skill. He's able to create a pillar of sand at a random distance away from him. This attack is considered a projectile and is great for adding pressure from a medium distance. It has a fairly high hitbox, meaning it will catch opponents using short hops. The EX version increases the hitbox even higher and can hit the opponent multiple times depending on the distance, which can then be followed up. By adding to his bewildering playstyle, players are going to have a much easier time playing with their opponents. Now, Kukri is already a crazy character. In fact, I just tried him recently, and I'm really in love with his playstyle that I'm considering having him in my team as one of the main members of my team when I play the King of Fighters 14 and eventually 15. And that's, I really like the last two insights from Tomohiro Nakata have been really great. There's a lot of information about the design, a lot of information about talking about the story, that we're probably going to learn more about his story and who he is. He's just not that pervert from SNK Heroines, guys. There's more to him. And also talking about new moves, what they mean, the EX version, etc. I wish they did the same for all the previously revealed characters, because characters like Rio, Robert, really didn't have. There was nothing about them. We just, Rio is back, etc. And a lot of people were vocal about it, and I'm glad that SNK is listening. And Tomohiro Nakata is also listening, giving us more insight into the character, which is pretty awesome. Always speaking about the King of Fighters 15, today was also the reveal of the Team Fatal Fury story. Now, the official King of Fighters 15 website is a great website for us King of Fighters fans and those of us who love the lore of the series, because each time they update this story section and they give us a story, it's a short story about each of the team members, which I said before I would have loved if these were included in the game as animated prologues. I think they would have been amazing. Today was, as I said, the reveal of Team Fatal Fury, and as expected, Team Fatal Fury's story does not look to be crucial to the actual story of the game, and that's fine. I mean, the characters play a role in the game, but their team never had an important story into the narrative of the game. And here it's the same thing. It's basically, in a nutshell, Terry, Andy, and Joe are at Pao Pao Cafe, and they're talking about trying to find a good reason for them to win the tournament, so just to give them a boost and give them a specific goal so that they can work towards it and achieve, basically have more motivation to win the tournament. And Joe's idea is actually he wanted to say that if he wins the tournament, he's finally going to ask Lily Khan out. Lily Khan is the younger sister of Billy Khan, and even in the King of Fighters 14, if you play Joe against Billy, there's some fun interactions between the two. Him asking him about his sister and Billy getting annoyed. It's a pretty cool thing that I love about the King of Fighters. And Terry said that Andy said this could be a good idea. Andy wants to travel the world and just going into traveling the world and training, going back to basics. But Terry said what he wants is just going to the beach, taking Mary and Blue Mary, and maybe Mike comes with them, and to just have a fun day at the beach. And the cool thing is this is a nod to this actual artwork, I believe from the Real Bout series that was back in the 90s. Just take a look at it. This is pretty much what Terry was talking about. So this illustration is now confirmed to take place after the King of Fighters 15. Now if you look hard enough, you'll see Joe is in there by himself. So I guess Lily Khan said no to her going out with him. Poor Joe. Last thing I want to talk about is the King of Fighters Gaiden, the Shingo story, the origins of the flame. This crazy good manga from Azuma Kyotaro, the mangaka behind the excellent The King of Fighters: A New Beginning manga, is releasing and doing this new manga that is coming out every 2 weeks. And if you haven't seen any videos of me talking about it, it's a great manga. It actually, Shingo went back to the past and he's meeting the ancestors of Kyo, Kusanagi, and Iori Yagami. This is around 660 years before the event of the first game. This is when Orochi is actually attacking the world, pretty much. And in the previous chapters, we were introduced to Magai Yasakani, who is an ancestor of Iori Yagami, and it was really cool looking character from a design perspective, personality, etc. And this week we actually get introduced to the Kusanagi ancestor, and he looks pretty awesome. And I like the idea that it shows that Yasakani and Kusanagi are actually really good friends. We also get introduced to some cool characters, cool clan members from both Yasakani, which is ex-Yagami, and Kusanagi. It's a really cool manga. Luckily, we do have an English translation, a fan English translation. And again, I really want to thank the person doing these translations. It's just really nice of him to be able to do that and give us these chapters pretty much almost a day after they actually get released in Japan. So you can read the latest chapter, which is chapter 5 in English. Link is in the description below. Now that's pretty much it. Again, just a few updates, but again, there's no week without some new information about the King of Fighters 15, and I am loving it. So again, next week is going to be crazy. I don't expect anything major happening tomorrow. However, I will give you tomorrow an update on where I am with the history documentaries. A lot of you love those documentaries, and I love doing them. They're a lot of work, but they're worth it. As you know, I was planning to do the history of the King of Fighters in Japan. There are some changes to that because of the current situation, but fear not, there's still some plans for things to happen in Japan once I'm able to travel. So look forward tomorrow. I'll have an update video. There'll be a more detailed video talking about specifics of these documentaries. That's going to be exclusive to my patrons, which again I want to really thank for helping the channel and being supportive. And I want to thank all of you guys watching these videos. This really means a lot to me. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Neo Geo Now. Now don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so. And I would like to take this opportunity and thank my patrons for supporting the channel and making this content possible. Making daily videos and especially the documentaries and lore episodes takes a very long time and a lot of effort, and being able to get some support for these time-consuming tasks allow me to keep going and strive for more and better content. With that said, I want to give a big special shout out to Michael, Bryant Yard, Fahad Al-Suwaidi, SSBM Slick Tricks, Jacques Paul, and Karsten Bear. As well as special thanks to Shaka Asamiya, Refugee Robles, Felipe Guimara, Ji Hao Ju, Muhammad Al-Blushi, Anthony Longino, and burned retinas. Those of you who are not yet Neo Geo Now patrons, I hope you will check my Patreon page where you can become patrons, helping the channel produce more videos, as well as receive special perks that are exclusive to patrons, like early access to videos, exclusive making-offs, and other SNK digital goodies. Link for the Neo Geo Patreon page is in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.